I'm not gonna lie, life after college isn't as easy as it seems to be. So long are the days of free meal swipes, campus housing, and abundance of restaurants with student discounts. Now that I've graduated, I realized that budgeting after college and keeping track of your personal expenses is something that's super important to ensure that you have an enjoyable time regardless of whatever city you're in. Now obviously, yes, I am living here in New York City, one of the most expensive cities to live in the world. However, given the fact that I've secured a job with a steady source of income, today I'm gonna share with you guys a couple of ways that you guys can manage your own money to ensure that you have the best experience post-graduation. Let's jump into it. Now the first one is something that seems super simple and is something that a lot of people should be implementing even before you graduate college, and that's going to be making a spreadsheet. Regardless if you're a master in Excel, making a spreadsheet to track all of your expenses is something that's going to alleviate a lot of stress, but also help track where the majority of your money is going towards. For example, when I first moved into this apartment, I created an Excel spreadsheet to keep track of all the big purchases that I bought. For example, things like your flight, moving expenses, this couch, furniture, any other miscellaneous items that you've purchased for your apartment. You definitely want to keep track of that so you know how much you've allocated to setting up your first apartment. In addition to that, it's also going to be very beneficial for you to track how much you're spending on things like food, groceries, going out, drinks, because trust me, especially after college, you're gonna think that you have so much more freedom to do the things that you wanted, but in reality are still going to cost you a hefty price tag regardless of whatever city you're living in. And one of the biggest ways a majority of postgraduate students blow through their savings is not being mindful of how much they're actually spending and taking the time to track that. So if you start early, whether you're in high school, college, or post-college, building some sort of spreadsheet to track your spending is going to be a super beneficial way to ensure that you have enough funds to last you through the rest of the month. Now, my second tip actually goes very much along with that, and that's going to be set a budget. This ensures that you're proactive with the amount you want to allocate per month, and it makes sure you're able to enjoy the things that you want to without having to worry about having enough to pay for next month's rent. Now, depending on your type of lifestyle as well as your sources of income, your budget can be anywhere from $500 to a couple of $1,000s. For me personally, obviously I have to pay for things like rent, electricity, Wi-Fi, groceries, parking, transportation. There's a lot of costs that go into my daily expenses. However, setting a budget not only ensures that I have enough to allocate towards all of those expenses, but as I mentioned, have enough to still spend on the things that I want to. That's why lately I've been using the sponsor of today's video, Port, to help keep track of all of my spending. Now, Port is a mobile app geared towards today's millennials, making it way easier to manage my money out here in New York City. There's no monthly fees to open an account, and their mobile app has been very easy to use, allowing you to view all your transactions and set a monthly budget to make sure you don't spend more than you have. In addition to that, one of the best reasons that I've been using Port is that it has a budget tracker within the app, making it super easy to keep track of all your expenses, especially if you're using the Port card. Now, for a lot of people out there who are suffering from student loans, Port makes it easier than ever to help pay some of that off. The app even has a built-in debt calculator, which shows you a clear path of how and when you can finally expect to be able to pay off any debt that you may have. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while now, you know that keeping track of your personal finances is something that's very important and is a skill you're gonna wanna master before you even graduate college. That's why Port has been making me feel more in control of my money, and especially as I've been furnishing this apartment, it's been a breeze. And honestly, one of my favorite perks of using Port is going to be this super sleek black Visa card, and it looks super dope and it's gonna go great in my card holders. If you wanna find out more information and open your own account, make sure to head to the link in my description down below. Now, as you guys can see, this living room is still quite bare, so my roommates and I are about to go head out to a couple of stores to pick up some items to furnish this living room. So make sure to stick around to the end to see what else we picked up. And finally, guys, my last tip is going to be live frugally. Trust me, if there's any point in your life where you have to live below your comfort level, it's going to be the year after you graduate college. You no longer have the flexibility or freedom of living in a dorm on a college campus, so it's super important to not be spending on things that you don't need, especially while you're living in the city as New York. My roommate is that cap, Ricky? Am I capping, bro?
You're capping, bro. Talking about I want to get a Roomba.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Trust me, it has not been easy keeping track of my expenses and budgeting post-college, but I hope these tips were beneficial to help you guys keep track of your own spending. Whether you're in high school, college, or post-college, it's very important to keep track of your personal finances. Once again, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Port, for helping sure that I keep track of my spending and having a super easy mobile app where I can manage all of my money. That's gonna wrap it up for today's video, guys. Make sure to stick around to see the rest of the vlog footage and see what we pick up for this apartment. Peace. All right, we need to pick up a couple of things, so we've come to Bed Bath & Beyond, and hopefully they have what we're looking for. All right, a rack of baking sheets, gonna be crucial for those cookies, brownies, things like that. Definitely got a cup. All right, for our toast bagels, definitely gonna need some kind of toaster. That one right there is only 40 bucks, but it's super compact, so it's gonna fit great in our kitchen. And the only reason we came to Bed Bath & Beyond was to pick up this lamp, and it looks dope.